the quiet of night, as bombs echoed over Gaza and the sky burned not with stars, but with fire, I found myself asking a question no believer wishes to voice. Why isn't Allah helping them? Why do the innocent suffer while the powerful sit untouched? Why do prayers rise like smoke, yet the silence from the heavens remains? The heart trembles. The mind searches. But then I looked closer. Just as in the wild, where the harshest deserts often birth the toughest creatures, and where every storm gives life to something new, this pain too held layers unseen. Allah's help is not absent. It simply does not always arrive in the shape of thunder or armies. Sometimes it comes in silence, in endurance, in the strength of a child clinging to a broken doll. It comes in the courage of a mother refusing to leave her land. It comes in the tears that soften stone hearts around the world. You see, Allah gave us signs. And free will, it is not He who turned His back. It is we who turned away. We who were commanded to stand for justice, to speak the truth, to protect the oppressed. And when we fail, it is not a failure of the divine. It is a test of the human. Look now, strangers from different lands are raising flags they once never noticed. Youth are breaking silence their elders kept. Truth, once hidden, now spills across screens like wildfire. In this suffering, something awakens, and I realized Allah is helping, but not through angels descending with swords. He is helping through awakened hearts, through the rise of a people who were once blind. Palestine has not been abandoned, it has been chosen. To carry a burden we did not, and in that pain it has risen, not fallen. In the end, the true help of Allah is not always in saving life, but in honoring it. And perhaps that is the answer I had missed. The first keynote begins with a raw and deeply emotional question that many Muslims and empathetic individuals around the world have asked during times of war and injustice. Why aren't Allah helping the Palestinians? It's not a question of disbelief, but of heartbreak. A cry born from witnessing unimaginable suffering unfold daily, while those who oppress seem to act freely, without consequence. The question reflects a natural response of someone whose faith is rooted in the understanding that Allah is all-powerful, all-knowing, and most just. When such injustice continues with no apparent intervention, it shakes the heart. We are told that Allah is with the oppressed, that He answers the call of the desperate. So why does the pain go on? Why do children die with no crime but being born in the wrong place? Why do mothers bury their sons with only a prayer whispered into the dust? This moment of questioning doesn't come from a place of rebellion against the divine, but from a soul trying to make sense of the world. It is deeply human to seek patterns, to want to witness justice in real time, especially when one's emotional and spiritual compass says Allah is on the side of the oppressed. But in the chaos of war, when aid trucks are blocked, homes are crushed, and the sound of drones replaces the call to prayer, the silence feels unbearable. It leads many to wonder, where is the help? Where is the divine intervention we were promised? However, this very question holds within it a deeper journey. It reveals the limits of human perception and the vastness of divine wisdom. It shows that our understanding of help may be narrow, often shaped by immediate relief or visible victory. But perhaps Allah's help is more layered. Perhaps it lies in resilience, in spiritual elevation, in the way truth emerges through suffering. Yet before that understanding can dawn, one must sit with the discomfort of the question itself. Asking, why isn't Allah helping Palestine, is not a moment of faithlessness, but of deep engagement with faith. It is the beginning of wrestling with divine justice, mercy, and timing. It forces the believer to think, to reflect, to ask, not with arrogance, but with tears. And in asking, the door to understanding slowly begins to open. The second keynote focuses on the idea that Allah's help does not always arrive in the way humans expect. Often, when people think of divine intervention, they imagine immediate, visible miracles. Sudden peace, justice served overnight, or enemies defeated in spectacular fashion. But Allah's wisdom operates on a scale far beyond human perception. What we see as delay or silence may in reality be a carefully unfolding plan. This understanding challenges the instinct for instant results and pushes the believer to look beyond the surface of events. Just as the sun rises only after the longest hours of darkness, divine help sometimes emerges only after deep suffering has purified hearts, awakened nations, and shifted entire generations. Allah sees what we cannot. He knows the unseen factors, the intentions, the consequences, the hidden layers of every event. Sometimes what seems like abandonment is actually a form of protection. Sometimes the trial is not meant to break, but to build. Faith, resilience, courage, and collective unity often grow in the soil of hardship. When the people of Gaza continue their prayers amid the rubble, when they fast with empty fridges, when they speak words of hope after losing loved ones, it is not a sign that Allah has left them. It is proof that He is strengthening them from within. This inner strength is also a form of help, though it may not be recognized as such in a world obsessed with material outcomes. Furthermore, divine wisdom encompasses timing. What we consider late may be perfectly timed in the grand narrative of justice and redemption. The Quran is filled with stories where help arrived after long periods of despair. Prophet Yusuf in prison, Prophet Muhammad in the cave of Thawr. In each case, Allah's help was never absent. It simply appeared when hearts were most ready to receive it. In Palestine today, the global awareness being stirred, the mass awakening of conscience, the cracks appearing in the walls of propaganda, these too may be part of Allah's help. But they come gently, like seeds in the wind, not thunder from the sky. Recognizing divine help requires patience and humility. It demands the ability to trust that Allah's knowledge includes past, present, and future all at once, and that what feels like unanswered cries may actually be the beginning of a far greater answer in the making.